kitchen.
Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have Lil Chuck with us. How's it going, man?
I'm good to be here, man.
Thanks for
having me.
coming by. You just got off the flight from Christchurch and you zoomed right to the 13th floor.
Right
I love
it. First stop.
So we're going to hear a couple of tunes from your new album. It's called Mono.
Yes.
Phil Spector know about this?
No, I'm not sure what you'd think of that.
Back to Mono. Anyway, so the first question I have to ask is that you are Lil Chuck, but that's not your name. So
no,
we
that's
have to
right.
establish why. Are you hiding something?
No, Little Chuck's been around for. Little Chuck as a name has been around for years.
Right.
And actually, when I was living in the UK, I had a trio called Little Chuck Little. So it was a take on the Little Chuck thing.
Right.
And then Little Chuck, the one man.
Right. That's you.
And then Skiffle machine.
Right.
That's what I am. You
Cool.
know, that's what I am, and that's what the gear is.
So you like being on your own?
I do like being on my own.
It keeps the band from breaking up, doesn't it?
Stops the band breaking up. It's a good career move. So all the energy I put in is all mine.
Yeah.
You know, all the failings are all mine.
Yeah.
So, but it's easy to organise and it's nice musically for me. I like the idea of harmonising all these instruments together and making them work together in sync.
Yeah. So you do a lot of work in Christchurch.
I do a lot of work in Christchurch.
A lot of people want to hear this down there?
Well, yeah, and because I do Little Chuck, but I also do like the barroom singer guy with an acoustic guitar and a loop pedal.
Yeah.
So again, a one-man band, but a slightly different one-man band.
Yeah.
And so I find that being a soloist, I can fit into lots of different environments. But again, I can even pump up the volume and play to a larger crowd with that as well. So it kind of works on lots of different levels.
Cool. So the record, you've been in New Zealand for like what, 18 years?
16
years.
Yeah.
So you're one of us as much as I am.
That's right.
But you went back to England to record this.
Yes.
You found a vintage recording studio. So tell me about that.
So that was a happy accident. So I was interested in single mic recording technique, in the fact that I'm a one-man band, and the idea of having one mic pick up everything. And if you go back to the 50s, 40s, generally things were recorded just in one hit with one
mic.
Right.
And
there wasn't
got positioned in the right spot.
That was right. So I like that idea of that simplicity, and I was looking at recording mic techniques and seeing if I could do the next album on my own with just one mic. And then I found the studio called Sugar Ray's Vintage Recording Studio, talking about that exact thing. And then I thought to myself, they're doing exactly what I'm doing, the same ethos, everything. And then the opportunity came up to be in the UK, and then so I sent them an email. I said, look, I'm looking at doing this album. Could I book a date? And he was like, absolutely. And I was the furthest person to have ever been to a studio.
I bet you were.
But this guy is this guy, Dean Amos. He's this amazing enthusiast for all this 50s recording equipment and set up this beautiful studio. And he gets it all out of the great studios in America. Right. And even the microphone he used was a 1954 new in the box that he had.
Nice one.
So he's just absolutely so passionate about what he does and the way he approaches this traditional recording.
Well, in order to fit in with the whole one mic ethos, we're doing the same thing today.
That's right.
It's not a 1954 microphone. I bought it down the street at the rock shop, but it is one microphone picking everything up that's going in the room today. And the first song we're going to hear is from the album Right By My Side is the name of the tune. What are you going to tell me about the song?
Yeah, well, that was, again, another happy accident, which is what seems to happen with me. It's the lesson in when you buy something on eBay, make sure you hit the right buy now button.
Oh, I see.
And I was after a B-flat harmonica, a particular harmonica which you can't get here in New Zealand, and I wanted the B-flat, and I hit B-flat 7, I didn't realise. And so this arrived, this B-flat 7, it's got a really strange scale.
Right.
And when I played it, I thought, I'll try it. And I played it, and then I came up with the lick that's in the song. And I went, bang, that is the song right there. And it fitted with that kind of that solid old-time, slightly 50s vibe I've got in my head for it. So,
are you playing the mic, that harmonica now?
That's the one I'm playing on this song now.
All right, let's give it a listen.
Well, I need you right
All right, we're back here with little Chuck. We just heard Right by My Side.
Yeah.
With, was it an E flat?
B flat 7.
Seventh harmonica. What, you have it with you here?
Yeah, I got it right there.
All right.
There we go.
So what was the one that you thought you were getting?
I was after a B flat, okay, and here's a B flat here.
Can we hear the difference?
And so this is a standard diatonic harmonica.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
The B flat 7 sounds like this. So that's how that lick came. I can't play that on there. Doesn't have the notes for that.
Right,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the difference, one note difference.
And how many harmonicas do you have?
Here is, I fit 13 in this tray. 13, there we go.
What's happening, man?
It's happening, yeah. It's all synced.
Yeah.
So yeah, 13 in this tray, and I have a real mixed bag. Some of the ones I've left at home, and I've got doubles for today for these shows I'm doing, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even for standard keys through to minor harmonicas as well.
Right. So how many different harmonicas could you get if you had all the harmonicas?
Well, if you can get all 12 keys in major key.
Right.
And then you can get minor versions of those, and a natural minor, melodic minor, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
It becomes one of those things. Yeah, but I just stay in a pretty much mainly major keys, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And was the harmonica the first instrument you learned to play?
It was. It came into sync with the guitar at about the same time,
right?
Because it was that sort of Dylan idea.
Yeah.
It was that. I always, for some reason in my head, I thought I'd never be a great guitar player. So if I have that harmonica, I can put those, and again, the one-man band idea.
Yep.
I can then have the voice, harmonica, and a guitar, and be able to sort of do three things at once. And so they came together in sync together, pretty much at the same time. So, yeah.
Well, it worked out for Dylan because he can't play the guitar anymore, but he's still
That's
can blow
right.
the harmonica.
Yeah.
He's covered.
Yeah.
So let's see. What else can you tell me about this record? How you told me you recorded the whole thing in one day.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'll tell you which day. It was the 3rd of October, 2018. Yeah. So I was over in the UK, and then I had this one day in the schedule, which was what we booked that in advance that I was going to be there, and then I had to go all around the houses to eventually end up in Essex, England.
Right.
That morning.
Right.
Got off the train, got picked up from the train station, went to the studio, and basically played there all day, probably about 8 hours or so. Mm-hmm. And we set up just as we've set up here.
Yep.
And I just played and played and played and played and played. And I just did take. And some of the takes, some of the songs I got on the second take, some of the songs on the third take or the fourth take. But it was only, maybe it was average between about 3 takes a song.
Right.
Yeah, until I nailed them, and that was it. And then I listened back when I got back to New Zealand to see whether I was happy with it. So it could have been a 6-track album, or it could have been a single. Who knows? But
and it's 14 tracks.
Yeah. So
that's a good sign.
Yeah. So it's the warts and all. I mean, it's like anything. I haven't been. There's no there's no overdubs on it. So it is what it sounded like on that day. And
yep.
I worked hard to get to where I've got to, and you accept the bumps in the road with it, and it is warts and all. That's how recording was done.
Yes, it was.
It's become so pure recording nowadays, and every little thing is ironed out nowadays.
Yep.
And that's not the stuff that I listen to. You think about those early Dylan albums or whatever. There was a roughness and a rawness.
Yeah, because Dylan is notorious for not spending any time setting up. He's just like,
that's right.
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. So.
Yeah. And then you think about the great blues bands, and whatnot. They'd honed their craft before they went in the studio, nailed it. Hopefully, and it's the energy. That's the energy is that you pick up in recordings, in those early recordings.
Right.
And that's the bit I wanted to try and get.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got another song we're going to hear, and it appropriately enough is the Backyard Harmonica Boogie. So tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, you see, harmonica is my favourite instrument out of everything. I mean, and I teach harmonica and whatnot. And but I'd realised although harmonica it goes through all the songs I do, everything I do. I'd never actually written a song specifically for the harmonica, so I wanted to write an instrumental. So that's what it was. It's a boogie instrumental just for my love of the harmonica.
Fantastic. All righty. So the album is out.
Yes.
You're on the road a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. Shows? So, I'm Auckland this weekend, and then I'm in Christchurch at Blue Smoke on the 7th of
May.
No,
April.
where are we?
April.
What month are we in?
Yeah, well, this is still
5th?
March, isn't
No,
it?
so it's Friday the 5th. Friday the 5th of April. Crikey, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm always around Christchurch as well. But yeah, that'd be
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's been fantastic.
Well, thanks for having me.
Good luck with everything.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.